These ladies did not do anything wrong to me. Let me just go ahead and throw that in. I want to say I had a good time. I had good moments, but not a good time. I had bloop, bloop, bloop. You're funny. Yes, that was a fun, you made a funny joke. I laughed at it. This was a cool second. Yes, I appreciated these 30 seconds. It was moments and seconds of fun. What's up, y'all? It's me, the hobbyist. It's time for a story. So excited. So excited. So, don't worry about this over here. This is my notes. So I've been on this journey of, putting myself out there, trying to make new friends because I tend to be a little introverted. I really, keep it real small and tight with my friend circle. Get your mind out of gutter. So when it comes to going out and doing stuff, I like to, be in the loop and in the know about where I'm going, where I'm going to be at, what time it's going to be, who going to all be there, who all going to be there. I like to know all of those things because I have anxiety. And when I don't know what's going on, my heart gets to palpitating, hands get to shaking, my eyes get to twitching. Just kidding. It's not that bad. It's more of an internal struggle. The average person looking at me probably wouldn't even be able to tell, but it's still a thing that I go through. So in trying to overcome my anxiety, I've been going out and putting myself out there, meeting new people, doing new things that I've never done before. I went to a brunch with a bunch of strangers and made some connections, got invited to a birthday party that I would not have been invited to otherwise because I did not know the person like that before. You know what I'm trying to say. I met people and did things, okay? So at one of these events that I met people and did things at, I met somebody, and we're gonna call her Bubbles. Bubbles was cool as fuck. Like, she was cool. I vibe with Bubbles. Me and Bubbles had a good time together when it was just solo one-on-one. So we had maybe 2 encounters, just us chilling, hanging out. Bubbles was good people. So based on all our past experiences, it was only like 2, but still, whatever. Bubbles was cool as hell. So when Bubbles invited me to go out with her and her homegirls, I was like, yes, this is going to be a blast. It's going to be a good time. Wrong. So she said it's going to be me, her, and her 2 homegirls. We're not going to get a homegirl's name. They're just the homegirls. We here. We understand what's going on. I never met them before, but I knew they was going to be cool because Bubbles cool, and I feel like birds of a feather flock together. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if she cool, you cool, they cool, we cool. Everything is cool. Ice cold, baby. We ice cold. And disclaimer, there is no shade towards anybody in this story. If you feel like this story is lining up with one of your life experiences and you feel like you might be a person in this story, no shade. No shade to you. Is this my truth? And keep doing you. You're perfect. You ain't got to change for nobody or nothing. No judgment coming from me. It's all about my journey of self-discovery and, what I've taken. Just listen to the story. Don't be too mad at home. So we go to the homegirl's house. We pregame and we listen to music. I feel like Kat. I feel like I'm having a great time with y'all. Like, this is nice. This is nice. My guard is all the way to the ground floor level. Why is these birds chirping and it's nighttime? Shut up. So since I had such a great time with them at the house, I can't believe these birds are chirping and it's midnight. Why are y'all haters? Why do y'all hate me? Why? If it ain't one thing, it's the motherfucking other. And I swear to God, Lord have mercy on my soul. Lord, forgive us. Forgive us, Jesus. Maybe I'll turn this light off. So y'all let my guard down. I'm like, I'm gonna ride with y'all because y'all fun time. This is a fun time. I'm having a great time. And I was told we was only gonna be at the function for a hot little minute, a little hour and a half. Nothing too strenuous. So I'm like, okay, it's not gonna be a big deal. Get in, get out. Short car ride. It's only 7 minutes away. Not a big deal. Wrong. Wrong as fuck. Wrong as hell. It was the ghetto ride from hell, you guys. It was too much for my anxious brain to handle. It was too much. Too much. So immediately get in the car. Red flag number one, driving crazy, driving wild, driving like a nut. But you know, I'm like, okay, this is fine. Everything is okay. You know, never to get in the car with her again. But you know, it's okay. But that's not the worst part. We get to a liquor store, ghetto shenanigans. Some stuff didn't even have anything to do with us. There was some commotion going on in the liquor store before us, before we got there. And you know, that was understandable. We're in Detroit on a weekend night, well after midnight. You know, that's understandable. There's some commotion somewhere. You know, it's not a big deal. But Bubbles and her homegirls all with the commotion and the shenanigans, and they just riled up. They just having a good old time. It's fun for them. For me, I'm over here like scared, terrified. Like, is this my last night being? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this my last night around? I don't know. Those are the kind of thoughts that's going through my mind. In the midst of all this liquor store drama, Bubbles and her homegirls bought some damn E-pills from a random drug dealer off the street. That blew my mind because they out here putting fentanyl in drugs now. These ain't the same drugs that people used to do. And so y'all some brave bitches. Y'all just said, boop, we gonna see what happens. And I'm like, okay, bitch, I'm scared of y'all. All three of y'all, I'm terrified. And at this point, it's like, damn, I don't even want to go through with everything no more. But, you know, I'm just sitting here kind of just maybe, really, I think I'm in awe and I'm in shock. Like, you ever been so in shock that you really can't move, operate, or do anything? That's how I felt. That's how I felt amongst all these shenanigans. So with all this going on, I'm over here feeling like Mr. Krabs just, because Bubbles, I ain't never seen you act like this before. I'm like, Bubbles, I didn't know you got down like this. I never seen this side of you, Bubbles. Because if I had known, Bubbles, that this was what was in store for me, Bubbles, I would have politely declined, Bubbles. I know. So we finally make it to the function. I damn near kissed the ground because I'm just so excited to be off them 4 tires. I was happy that motherfucker stopped and I was in one piece. I damn near wanted to kiss the ground. So we going to the function. You know me. I'm going to turn up. I'm going to party. I'm going to do my little dances. I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to show stop real quick. It's the Leo in me. I got to have all eyes on me. So at this point, it's just me and Bubbles inside the party. So, you know, Bubbles is doing her own thing, dancing and stuff. You know, I decide I want to get a little bit of air. I want to go out and kind of just peep the scene. So I go into the parking lot to see what Bubbles' homegirls is doing and, you know, kind of just get some air and just chill outside. So when I walk outside, a man approaches me and he says, hey, you do what she do? And he pointed at Bubbles' homegirl, one of Bubbles' homegirls. And I'm like, I don't do shit. I don't even know what he's talking about, but I just know I don't do it. Whatever it is. If it's E-pills, if it's anything like that, I don't do it. I just know off it, I don't do what they do. Again, no shade, no judgment. I'm self-aware in that, you know, fact. Just because I don't do it doesn't make it a wrong thing. It's just something I just don't partake in. That's just what it is. I say, hell no. Whatever. I don't do it. I don't do it. Bubbles' homegirl was like, nah, she don't do it, just me and her. And I said it was 150, but you acting like that's too much. So then, you know, I ain't no preschooler. I knew what they was talking about at that point. They was out there talking about vaginal transactions. And, you know, all work is work. You're not knocking sex work at all. Please don't get it misconstrued. I support people making their money and making their coin and getting their dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. But I thought we was all chilling. I didn't think we was working tonight. I thought we was all off work. You know what I'm saying? It's the weekend. I didn't think we was working at this particular moment of the day. I thought we were just about to party, you know? So it kind of caught me off guard. I never been up front and up close and personal with a sexual transaction like this. You know, I've only seen it on television. So, you know, to my suburban surprise, it was, it caught me off guard, okay? So at this point, I decided to go back in the party because I just realized it's no place for me out there, you know? They handling grown folks' business. I don't belong out in the parking lot. Let me just go back in, try to find Bubbles. Because, you know, Bubbles is the person I know. Bubbles is the person I'm cool with. You know, Bubbles brought me here. So I'm going to go find Bubbles and see what she on. So I walks up to Bubbles and I'm like, hey, your friends out there selling pussy. And she says, oh, yeah, that's what they do. Go make sure they straight. Go make sure they straight. So I start running in my head like, okay, I gotta go out here and make sure they straight, which means I gotta protect them. I don't have nothing to help with no coochie transactions. I don't know what to do. So I started thinking like a pimp. Like, what do pimps do to protect their hoes? Cause that's basically what she was asking me to do, was, protect them and be they pimp. Guide the transaction. I don't know what the hell. But really, I ain't got no weapons. I ain't got no audacity to myself. I ain't got no fucking, hey, get off her. I don't have any type of, I'm not a threatening person. Look at me. I'm small. I'm not a threatening person. So all I could do is be a witness if some shit go down. That's all the fuck I could do. So I decide that, the best I could do is be a witness. So I go back out just to make sure everything is okay, to make sure I'm witnessing things go okay. You know what I'm saying? So I go out there, I don't see nobody. I'm like, oh shit, hope they all right. Get to looking around, kind of like trying to scan the area just to see if I'm overlooking anything. Because, I want to make sure that these people are okay. I'm just that type of person. Like, we all came together. I would prefer that we all lead together in one piece. I don't want to be having to actually be a witness and tell, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm just that type of person. And I ain't gonna lie, curiosity did have me in a chokehold on this one. I was real curious. I wanted to know, what did selling pussy actually entail and look like? Like, what goes on? Do you get the money first? Is it after? Is it certain, like, it's like a McDonald's menu, like it's extra charges for extra things. Like, if you want me to squeeze it, I gotta charge you. I didn't know. I was curious. Really, I mean, at a point in the night, my anxious ass wasn't even in my body no more. I really was just observing myself, walking around, and experiencing all these things. It's kind of like I was watching Showtime, because I was not there mentally. Mentally, I was, my shit was crazy mentally, so I had to check out of there. My anxious ass was out of there. I was not here. So I walk out there, and I see some cars rocking. I see a car rocking back and forth. I'm like, okay, they over there. They seem safe. The windows getting foggy, but it seems like they're together, and everything is going according to their plan. It seems like. So I go back inside, because I don't got no dog in the fight. I just had to be a witness to make sure, things was going smoothly and appropriately. Even though I don't have no frame of reference. So fuck my opinion. Fuck, it's just crazy. I'm really observing myself like it's a damn scary movie. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, run, bitch, run. Like, get out of here. You don't belong here. This is not your scene. This is not your set. You need to be with bitches telling poetry and singing songs and making art and painting. You don't need to be with no bitches selling pussy. This is crazy. This is not your life. This is run. But I didn't drive, so I was stuck there. All I could do was dance. I felt entrapped in the dance moves. I just went in there and twerked so depressingly. I just felt like I was out of control, which is a very hard feeling for a person with anxiety to experience. I had to really surrender to my circumstances at that moment, which is something I do not take lightly and I hate. But I guess that was all a part of me getting to know myself and trying to put myself out there to experience new things. So not only was this a lesson in drive your own car, especially when you're dealing with people that you do not know that well, but it was also a lesson in being secure in myself. Like, I don't have to not be an anxious person. My anxiety serves a purpose in my life. I don't have to put myself in situations that I've never experienced before. I can just stay in my own lane. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I don't have to prove anything to myself. I can just do what fits me and understand that I am different. I can't just go with the flow like everybody else. And that's just me. It's not a bad thing. It's my superpower. It's what makes me unique. It's what makes me me. I have to accept that. It's my truth. It is what it is. It's okay to keep yourself in a box sometime. Your energy is precious. You have to spend it wisely. And that night, I regretted every decision I made from the moment I left my home to the moment I got back and the birds were chirping that morning. I wasted my whole next day. I felt terrible. It was very draining. And I know that I would never put myself in a situation like that again because it's not satisfying and I'd rather spend my energy elsewhere. I was putting too much pressure on myself to overcome my anxiety. It's not something that needs to be conquered. Again, no shade to the fact that I was with people that were selling their vagina. That is fine. That's your vagina and you have every right to use it the way you want to use it. No matter what our government says, we should have a full autonomy over our own bodies. Not negating that fact. So the moral of the story is, be secure in you. Bitch, you perfect. With your anxious ass. With your awkward ass. With your different ass. It's all a part of the puzzle. It's all a part of being me. And I have to accept it and live in it and bask in it. Hallelujah. Woo. I don't know if you can tell, but I've had a few drinks. But I'm safe and sound at the crib. Oh, so let me go. Again, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys keeping up with the story. Thanks for tuning in. This is The Hobbyist. Bye.